Busy talk time, and let's get down to the point. So how is everybody's doing? I hope you guys are having a great day and everything is wonderful in your lives. If not, I will say a special little prayer for all of you and, hope for you to have a really better day if you're not having a great day already. So today we're going to look at some book clubs. So the book club I chose to look at today is called Once UponA Book Club. And what I like about this is that you get a nice little book and you get little gifties throughout the whole time, and you're going to read a page. You get to that page, it tells you to open up the gift that's right there for you, coordinated to the page. Now this one has 4 gifts. I am super excited to open these up, see what it's all about, but let's talk about what Daughters of Olympus is about. So Daughters of Olympus is going to focus again on the Greek mythology perspective from the women, so the goddesses, lives. It's going to look at different things they may be experiencing throughout it. We're going to look at Artemis. We're going to look, who, by the way, Artemis was my bunny's name. I love the name. Even though Artemis was a boy, I knew that, Artemis is a woman, but I love that name. It is just so beautiful, and he was so wonderful. So back to this. So it's Artemis, Athena, you've got Aphrodite, you're going to have Hera, Persephone, and Demeter. And, if you know anything about the Greek goddesses, you kind of know what they are about, but let's look at what this is going to focus on. So instead of glorifying their lives, we're going to look at their power struggles. The book is going to highlight emotional experiences and or trauma. It's going to look at resilience. It's going to look at sisterhood, love, and identity, which, as a woman, of course, we have all experienced these pieces throughout our lives, some more than others, and getting there and understanding ourselves and our coping, and that, to understand you're not alone. And many people are experiencing what you are, just a little different, maybe at a higher level, maybe at a lower level. But just to know that as, sisterhood of womanhood, that we can all come together with those perspectives. So, as I digress, this book, Artemis is going to show how she grapples with independence and the cost of that devotion for her freedom. You're going to have Athena that's going to struggle with her wisdom and just being, virtued for her mind. And then you're going to have Aphrodite, the goddess of love, right? That is going to, tell you about her loneliness and in the aspect of love and desire. And then we have Hera, and Hera's going to reflect on betrayal in her marriage and how she has endurance throughout that. And then you look at Persephone, who reclaims her voice, and even though, mythologically she was abducted. And then of course you have Demeter, and Demeter embodies, maternal grief and rage and fierce love, which, hits my heart actually. But before I start crying, so this book is rather going to tell you, instead of looking at it as this glorification of them again, it's going to look at a modern feminist lens, and it's going to give each goddess their own little voice and emotional depth, more so than what we usually see in these types of books. It is character driven. It's going to emphasize on healing, empowerment, and, overall, but, becoming powerful, I guess. And, I already said that, but being powerful within yourself. Now, what other books could you like that you might like with this book? It's going to be Circe, and also Silence of the Girls. Those would be really great books. If you like those books, you would probably like this type of book too. But before we go any further, I'm not going to read the whole book to you, but let's take little splurts throughout this and open up our little gifts, okay? Okay, I'm back. Got the readers on. You don't want me squinting the whole time we are here. So let's dive in. So real quick, this first gift is on page 81. So let's find page 81. I will not read the whole book to you, of course. That would be a lot. So this has open your gift, and right before it says, I cannot offer any comfort for your loss of Embolus. I told her, but I bring this. I bring this. So let's see what it is. Something comfortable. It's squishy. It's squishy. Ooh, this is beautiful. Look at this. So this is soft. It's like a little cover. You know, when you're reading your book, you can lay underneath this. It's thin weight, so even people that live in somewhere like Florida, like me, won't be roasting to death. This is just beautiful. All right, that's page 81. The next one is going to be page 149. So let's dive into page 149. On 149, it says, you know, you got your open gift. This is our gift right here. Let's see. So, while the fruits Babbo had brought went some way to satiate my hunger, it was not until midday when I received a chance to bathe. Groaning, I dropped into the wet water, the best water. Oh, I know what this is going to be. So we're taking a bath. So we don't need to go any further. We're going to take a bath. So something for a bath. Let's see. What do you guys think? Bubble bath? I mean, it's small, but it's heavy. It's like glass. So it is, ooh, it's salt. So bath salt. That's like a bath scrub salt kind of thing. That's fun. That's super fun. What do you guys think? Worth it so far, right? Now, the next gift is going to be on page 263. And look at this box. This is so cute. So on page 263, we have, I'm getting there. What's the little excerpt? I mean, I'm not, here it is. Open your gift. So it says, the cup, I'm going to mess this name up, Monosicine offered me was made of dented brass. The long stem worn so thin in the center, it was a wonder it did not snap in my fingers. So, I'm going to say it's going to be a cup, a brass cup. What do you guys think? Something with a thin stem. Could it possibly be, let me open this. Thin stem, brass and dented. Kind of sounds, well, it can't be a mule cup mug, but if you guys drink, then you would know what a mule mug is. Oh, okay. It's a wine glass. So look at that. That is just beautiful, and it has a thin stem, so I should have known that. It's a wine glass, right? This is going to be very pretty up here. I'll put it with my Mythology books, but it's a hammered wine glass. It's an 18-ounce hand wash only item. Very lovely. So the next gift we have is going to be 326, and on 326 we have oops, I passed it. I went too fast. 326. And our little piece before it is going to be, once I had fixed on what to say, I opened the boxes of jewelry that I had kept closed since arriving and chose the first stone I laid eyes upon. A garnet, a hefty stone that filled just above the heart. I matched it with wide silver bangles, which I wore around my biceps. After adding thick rings of kohl around my eyes, I scrutinized my look. So, is this going to be the eyeliner, the kohl eyeliner, or is it going to be a piece of jewelry? So I can tell you that it's 326, so it's in a small little thing. It's not, it feels like a pencil. So here we go. Now I don't need this anymore. Back to me. Yep, this is an eyebrow pencil. So perfect. So as you can see, the book is going to take you in the direction that you need to go for each one of your little gifts, which is super, super fun. Can you only imagine what some of these books would give you? Let's see. Which book shall we pick? This one. This is the vampire book. Could you imagine what kind of little gifties we could get with this one? We will have to see. Now, what are you guys' opinion on this book club? Do you think it's worth the money? Do you think that it's something you would be interested? Should I or shouldn't I subscribe to it? I did not subscribe yet. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I look forward to hearing from you. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.